Chair, we can start.
All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Youth Commission meeting for January 26, 2026. I will now call this meeting to order at 6:31 p.m. All right, so we're going to start with roll call. I will do it in order. District 1, Commissioner Deshmukh. District 2, Commissioner Pradeep Kumar.
Present.
District 3, Commissioner Sanchez.
Present.
District 4, Commissioner Babu.
Present.
District 5, Commissioner Guerrero.
Present.
District 6, Commissioner Canfield. District 7, Commissioner Nguyen. District 8, Commissioner Chung.
Present.
District 9, Commissioner Yu.
Present.
District 10, Commissioner Park.
Present.
And Commissioner Kuchereski is also present. All right, we have quorum. Moving on to action item, we will now move to approve the consent calendar. Do we have a motion to approve the consent calendar?
I, Commissioner Babu, motion to approve the consent calendar.
Any seconds?
Commissioner Pradeep Kumar seconds.
Please vote on your screens. All right, this motion unanimously passes. Moving on to item number 3, open forum. I will now call for any members of the public who wish to comment on any agenda items. Do we have any speakers?
We do not.
All right, thank you. Moving on to item number 4, discussion and action items. Our first item, which is item A, is the Youth Commission Budget Summit Planning. So first, do we have any public comment?
We do not.
All right, perfect. I will now move on to commission discussion. So basically what's going to happen here is I'm going to talk you guys through what the Education Ad Hoc is planning and kind of just keep you up to speed. And then if we have any concerns, we can talk it over. Also, Vice Chair Pradeep Kumar will be doing this with me, so you are fully informed. So first of all, we're just going to go through basic details. So our budget summit, as you know, is actually, I'm going to explain this to Micah. So our budget summit is the cumulative, basically, meeting event we hold at the end of our annual survey. And these questions are asking youth, what are your priorities? What would you like money in San Jose to be spent on and allocated to? And so at this event, we basically do some research. We invite a bunch of youth to come, and we have some public speakers like council members. And basically, we just hear what the youth want. And so it's a really big event. Every year we have like 300 people. It's pretty big. Or not 300, definitely not. Yeah, 60 to 70. And then our survey response is usually 300, but this year we got 600, I think. Yes. All right, so this year it'll be on February 28th at MLK Library, which is right across from where we just were. It is from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Right. Okay, now and one thing before that is commissioners must come at 10 a.m. All right. So although it says 11 a.m. commissioners, you come at 10 a.m. Why? Because we have a lot of work to do, set up, moving the tables, all these other things, passing out stuff, and then also preparing your groups because you'll have breakout groups. And now Neha is going to talk about the survey data.
Okay, so you might have heard we've had over 650 responses this year for our survey, and the only way we could present all of this data to the youth that attend our event is if we tag and sort the data to like specific categories, so we can make it easy to like present them in graphs and things like that for our slideshow. So if you're in the Education Ad Hoc, we've assigned certain questions on the survey for you to tag, and it's this huge spreadsheet. Each question has its own specific type of categories to tag for. Like, for example, there's a question of what's your dream job? And the categories are like, oh, health and medicine. One would be like STEM, one would be like engineering. And this just makes it easier for us to present the survey data to youth at the Budget Summit. So I'll just announce once who's in charge of tagging. Anushka will be tagging questions 14, 19, and 20. Fiona will be tagging 11, 12, and 13. Marion will be tagging 16, 17, 18. I will be tagging 10, 15, 21. Ruby will be tagging 22, 23, and 24. And David will be tagging 30 to 36. And it does take quite a while to tag, but you could just like play a TV show or a movie in the background and just sit through it. But it'll definitely be helpful for the presentation that'll be there. So yeah.
Right. Okay. Next up, I'm going to talk about our plan for the day, basically our agenda. So first, we will be starting at 11 a.m. and we will have welcomes and introductions. This is kind of like a time for networking. We do have a lot of attendees, and so we like to talk to them. We will have an opening message either from a council member. We're looking forward to either Vice Mayor Kamei or Mayor Matt Mahan. We have not got confirmation yet, so don't make any bets. And then after that, we present our survey. We have speakers for that. We have Anushka, Fiona, me, and Neha, and we will be doing all the survey data. You guys also get to stand up at the front for that. After that, we break into our breakout groups, and so that's what I'm going to explain next. Basically, in these breakout groups, what you're doing is you're choosing specialization, and all these youth are going to brainstorm with you potential solutions to the big things on our survey. And so I'll go through them right now. So the biggest things from our survey every year are career development, educational equity, environmental action, housing insecurity, and violence and safety. I'm splitting 2 of you guys into each group, and in those groups, you're going to help brainstorm. First of all, you're going to lead the group in a brainstorming session. You're going to say, okay, here, let's write Post-it notes and let's put it on this board. Once everyone brainstorms on their own, you're going to do a cross-reference with everyone. You're going to be like, okay, what are your thoughts on this? Which ones do we want to focus on? And then you're going to assign groups, be like, okay, well, you two can work on this, you two can work on this. After that, we're going to create our slides because at the end of it, you'll be presenting these slides in front of everyone. That's basically it. And then after the work time, we will have a lunch break. If you guys were there last year, it's pretty fun. We like to do our lunch break while we're working, so it's simultaneously. And then after that, we have our voting after all the presentations by the groups. And then we have group photos, and we finished out with a Q&A with another council member. This year, we're looking forward to either Councilmember Campos or Councilmember Cohen or both. And that's it. But you also have to stay for teardown, which might go a little bit extra. So be prepared for that. And now here are the groups. For career development, we have Anushka and Dali. For educational equity, we have Kyle, Ruby, and Edwin. For environmental action, we have David and Fiona. For housing and security, we have Marion and Akshata. For violence and safety, we have Neha and Micah. Do we have any questions on that? All right, we will also share the slideshow with you as well as the survey data. So if you guys want to kind of inform yourselves ahead of time, you can also do that. Yeah.
Just to reiterate the purpose of the groups, you guys will be basically talking about certain issues that revolve around your priority. For example, violence and safety. You would brainstorm with your group, like what are certain issues relevant to you that have to do with it? And you are given all this time to basically come up with some solution or something you'd like to see the Youth Commission do in the next year. And at the end, when you present, that's when you get to like explain to the rest of the group, like, oh, what is your solution for this certain problem? And then at the end, we get to vote for what we would like to put our Youth Commission money towards. So that's the entire purpose of the group. So the thing is, you guys need to act like leaders for, these youth who are in the groups. So I'm pretty sure Emily will compile a list of resources, for these groups. If you guys can do some studying and get familiar with those resources, you can help facilitate that discussion for the youth. So yeah.
Yeah, so I actually also created in our doc with the group assignment that I shared with you all, a list of general steps you'll be taking while leading these groups. First off, you start with intros, the basics. Then you do a rundown of your category. That's the research you're going to do. You prep a slide doc for groups to edit. That's the big thing since you'll be presenting. And then it's the sticky notes. Then it's voting in small groups, assigning slides, starting slides, and then presenting. Pretty simple. Once again, this is where the youth input comes from, is the slideshow. So not only are you leading, just as Neha said, but you are also incorporating their voice. All right. That is all for the budget summit. Do we have any more comments? Any discussion? Nothing at all? No questions? All right. I guess we'll move on. So now we have to approve the Youth Commission Budget Summit Plan. Do we have a motion to approve the Youth Commission Budget Summit Plan?
Commissioner Sanchez motions.
Do we have a second?
Commissioner Park seconds.
All those in favor, please vote on your screen. All those who oppose, also vote on your screen. And any abstentions, vote on your screen. All right, this vote passes unanimously. Moving on to section number 6. Yes, section 6. We will now have reports and informationals only, starting off with the council liaison report from Anthony Montez.
Can we move on to the Parks and Rec
Yeah.
report first, and then we'll catch up with the liaison report when he's here?
Okay. All right. So next it is the Parks, Recreation, and Neighborhood Services presentation from Nicholas Georgioff
All right, thank you so much.
on Zoom. I assume.
Yes, let me share my screen. All right, we'll just present it like this. So my name is Nick Georgioff. I'm a Parks, Recreation, and Facilities Supervisor with the Recreation Division of PRNS. Today I'll be presenting on behalf of Lauren Box, our Recreation Superintendent. So a few updates from our department. We have a grant opportunity, the BEST grant, which is the Bringing Everybody's Strengths Together grant program. So that's open for funding is available for nonprofit agencies to implement some intervention strategies to address youth violence. So that grant is open until February 19th, and that closes at 4 p.m. We have a few recruitments opening up. We currently have a class instructor part-time looking for some older adult fitness instructors. We'll also have some part-time summer jobs coming, including a community service aide, recreation leader, and lifeguard, and other aquatics positions. Most of these positions, or a few of these positions rather, are open for 14 years and older, but the majority of them require a high school diploma or GED. Those additional jobs can all be found at the City of San Jose Human Resources website. Just look up City of San Jose jobs. We have our 2026 scholarship application is now available. This is available for families in English, Spanish, Vietnamese, and traditional Chinese. This is available for all of our upcoming seasons. This Wednesday on our next slide here is our summer camp and spring class registration. So any scholarship eligible families are available to sign up for our summer classes, aquatics programs, all of that starting January 28th, this Wednesday at 10 a.m. So they have an exclusive 10-day window. So any scholarship eligible families, provided that scholarship is still remaining, will have an opportunity to register for summer camps and classes before regular registration opens up for all San Jose residents on Saturday, February 7th. In addition, this summer we are going to have Recreation Swim back, which is free at 4 different locations. We have Camden Community Center, Mayfair Community Center, Rotary Ryland Pool, and the Fair Swim Center. Typically open Monday through Fridays in the afternoon and Saturdays as well. And that will remain free as it has the past few summers post-COVID. Our Parks Division wants us to highlight Arcadia Ballpark. Their adult leagues and sports leagues are also opening during this spring registration window. So please find more information online for Arcadia Ballpark. In addition, they'd like to promote some action sports camps, bike lessons, and skate lessons, all of which are taking place, this spring and this summer at the Lake Cunningham Action Sports Park. We have some volunteer opportunities. Adopt a Park, volunteer with us for the 2026 Growing Natives Garden Tour, And in addition, they are putting on the Viva Calle SJ 2026. The next one is April 19th. Follow the PRNS social media to see what the route is going to be. They're posting some daily hints, so you can find out where we're going to be. And from our Community Services Division, we have an upcoming neighborhood forum this Saturday, January 31st at the Southside Community Center, in addition to a dumpster day and litter cleanup at Northwood Elementary School. As always, please use the 311 app to report any illegal dumping or graffiti that you may see in your community. That goes straight to our PRNS staff to make sure that we are keeping our city clean. And as always, please stay up to date with all PRNS activities at SJ Parks and Rec on Instagram, Facebook, X, Nextdoor, and YouTube. All right, and if we have any questions.
All right, thank you so much. Do any commissioners have comments? Because we typically do not take comments on this. No, all right, perfect. Well, once again, thank you so much for your presentation. I hope you have a wonderful night. We
Well,
appreciate
of course. Thank you so much.
All right, moving on to our next report, we have the San Jose Library Report from Division Manager Vidya Kalambi.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Vidya Kilambi, Division Manager with the San Jose Public Library, to provide the library's report. In partnership with Santa Clara County Library and the Santa Clara County Office of Education, the San Jose Public Library is thrilled to participate in Silicon Valley Reads, a community engagement program that selects an annual theme with accompanying books and events. This year's theme, Bridges to Belonging, promotes building unity and fostering connection. We will host multiple events in the next few months, all of which are free and open to everyone. We will kick off Black History Month in February with a special 100-year commemoration event on Thursday, February 5th from 5 to 6 p.m. at the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Library. This event will bring together community members, leaders, artists, scholars, and youth for an inspiring gathering. For a complete list of events, please visit sjpl.org/phm. In celebration of Library Lovers Month, the library is hosting our annual service day on Saturday, February 7th from 11 to 12 p.m. at every SJPL location. Each location will have its own fun project, anything from sprucing up the space to getting ready for exciting programs. To register and for more information, please visit sjpl.org/service day. We are excited to welcome the Lunar New Year with special celebrations honoring new beginnings, cultural traditions, and community connections at locations across the city. Upcoming holiday closures in February include Monday, February 16th for President's Day, and Tuesday, February 17th for Lunar New Year. The King Library will be open on both days. The library's ebook collection, e-learning resources, and streaming services are always available online at sjpl.org. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them now.
All right, thank you so much. Any questions? No, we are good. Thank you so much for your
Thank you
report.
very much.
Have a good night as well.
Okay.
All right, moving on, I will now give my commission chair report. All right, so it was such a pleasure seeing you all today, as well as having our team bonding today. For those of you who didn't come, it's okay. Next time, you guys will get to join in. So first of all, I want to remind those who are working on the budget summit or are as part of the education ad hoc, please stay on top of your work. And please, if you are tagging data, get going with that because we have so many responses that it will take a very long time. All right, next up, I would like to remind those okay, you know what? I'd like to ask all of you guys to distribute the resources you've heard today in the reports, as well as the ones that Emily handed out to you, because these are really good opportunities for you all. And it's helpful when you distribute them to your YAC to get knowledge around. And I appreciate if you guys would start doing it. For example, we have a YAC attack, which is on March 7th, and I recommend 2 to 3 commissioners to attend. Would any of you guys be interested in it? Edwin, Akshana? Okay, cool. Because this is a good networking event for us to get the name of the San Jose Youth Commission out, and I would appreciate you guys attending that. And you can sign up on the website. Also, the neighborhood forum this Saturday, on Saturday, January 31st, which was mentioned by Mr. Nicholas Georgioff. If any of you guys are willing to attend that, I would appreciate it, because this is also a really good opportunity for us to stay connected to our community and the people we're representing. So yeah. Next up, please, I'd like to remind you to respond to Emily's messages. She's working very, very hard and she's doing a lot of work. So please make sure to respond on time. And if you give her a hard time, I'll have to talk to you too. All right. Also, please put all your meetings and events on the Google Calendar, no matter how small it is. For example, the Youth Connect event, put that on the calendar. Your YAC meetings, anything you're attending with the name commissioner, please put it on the calendar. Next up, please inform me and Neha of any projects or events you are planning before you start them, just so we can guide you through them and to make sure that they are successful and that you have our support. Also, if you do not have your email set up, please stay after the meeting. It is very important that you have that, especially if you are tagging data, because that's the only way you can access it. And then finally, a reminder to those with project proposals, if you are stuck, if you don't know where you are, please come to me and Neha immediately, because the reason why we didn't have any approved this month is because there were some hiccups in them. And although you might have thought it was good enough, it clearly didn't meet every single bar. So just come to me and Neha, no matter what you're thinking, and it'll be a lot smoother next time. That is all of the information I have to share with you guys. We'll now move on.
Chair, we can move back to the council liaison report with Anthony Montes.
All right, perfect.
Good afternoon, Youth Commission. I think this is the first meeting from since the New Year started, so Happy New Year's to all of you. Really excited to get this work going in 2026. I have a couple of different council items that are coming up that I'd like to share with you, and then kind of give a stark, gloomy preview of what our budget outlook is going to be this year. So tomorrow, we're calling it Housing Day. That's going to happen at City Council. The City of San Jose is going to consider several housing policy interventions. And one could argue it's to build more units. And depending on how you look at it, some say that it could make housing less affordable. But I encourage you to look at that packet, take a read through some of those memos and decide for yourself. I think it's healthy to have spirited debate about how we achieve the goal of making our communities more affordable and in building more of that housing. I think the first one that I'm going to point to is the inclusionary housing ordinance. By chance, did anybody know that if a developer builds anything, they have to provide affordable housing? I can see you. So if you're, yeah, okay. All right, there's a couple. So that ordinance is a way to say, like, the original ordinance was, if you build 100, 15 of them have to be affordable and at various affordability levels, right? Depending on how much money you make per year. And now we're going to be changing that and saying that you don't have to provide that affordability, and you don't have to provide as much. That 15 now becomes even less. So the City Council is going to debate that tomorrow, and they're going to provide those new affordability rates potentially, and also reduce the amount of units that have to be affordable. One of the probably shining stars of the inclusionary housing ordinance is those IHO in lieu fees. So if you don't want to provide those units, right? If you don't want to provide those 15 out of 100, you can instead pay a fee, and that fee goes into a fund that actually invests in 100% affordable housing. So when you start to play with that a little bit, you're kind of taking away that dedicated money for affordable housing. I think this is, if anyone's tracked the abundance movement, right? I think this is kind of the ideological divide, right? Do we invest in getting out of the way, reducing those barriers for development, reducing the cost of development so we can have more housing stock, and in turn have more housing to choose from, and that'll reduce those prices, right? And others say, well, we need to have that affordability so that as we build, we are building a set of affordability. And then the other one is a mobile home rental ordinance. This is important because there is rent control right now. For mobile home rentals, the way it works is the owner actually owns the mobile home, but the mobile home park owner owns the lot underneath. So you may own the mobile home, but you're still paying rent. So what council is going to debate tomorrow is an increase on the amount of rent the park owner can charge when someone sells their mobile home. So right now they're proposing that, let's say you own a mobile home and you sell it. Now that new owner will have to pay 10% more for that rent underneath that mobile home. And the mobile home park owners are saying, well, we need that extra revenue because we need to pay for capital improvements, we need to pay for maintenance and all these other maintenance obligations on our parks, right? So it's one way of generating revenue for those park owners so they can do that. But there's a lot of community concern around, increasing the rents, obviously. So that's a big one. There's also going to be some housing incentives, right? So anytime you build housing, you get a piece, you get construction taxes, and those go to our roads, and that addresses the safety concerns, right? You can, take those construction taxes and put in new bike lanes, new walking lanes, improve major corridors in the area where that development is happening. When you start cutting those taxes as an incentive, you're reducing your ability to do that. And then when you say you're going to start to cut the inclusionary housing fees or even cut the requirement for affordability, we mentioned earlier, you're not going to provide dedicated affordable housing as well, right? But we're doing these incentive programs. There's a downtown incentive program and then a multi-family housing, right? Apartment complexes across the city. We're doing that to get out of the way so that we can make developing housing pencil, meaning make it so that developers can make their profit and provide that housing for our people. So those are the big things that are happening at City Council this week. I encourage you to tune in, get involved in that process. And then this Friday, Councilmember Campos is having an early childcare education town hall with Supervisor Ellenberg and with Assemblymember Patrick Aarons, and it's going to be at the Edenvale Branch Library in South San Jose. And on Saturday, you mentioned the neighborhood forum. Go out there. I mentioned, maintenance for parks. That comes from building and then getting a park fee from building. But in South San Jose, we don't build. So what we need to do is figure out how to generate revenue so that we can give our parks some love and the maintenance that they need. And that's why the Parks Department is thinking of different ways of generating revenue. That could be a property tax, that could be a sweet beverage tax, some things that I heard, right? So your boba is going to get more expensive, but look, your trees are going to be trimmed at the park. So, these are things to consider. So I hope you join us. And then last thing is Neha and I are trying to coordinate a mural for the Youth Commission. I'm working with the volunteer management unit to find a project for us to do. Ideally, we would like to enhance something that they're going to plan for this year, and we can figure out a way to cobble some money together to organize that mural. So those are my updates. I'll take questions now if there are any.
All right, so I do actually think we have some questions, if that's okay with our leaders. Yes, it's okay?
Yes.
All right. District 5.
Hi, Anthony. Thank you so much again for coming. But I do have a question or kind of like a clarification,
Sure.
or maybe just to add a little context to my peers. I do believe that on Tuesday, correct me if I'm wrong, the San Jose City Council also unanimously passed bans, like U.S. Immigration and Customs, from using like 75 like community centers and then like 11 parking garages.
Yeah.
I just want a little bit more, like, if you have a little more information on this, I think this would be great for my peers to hear,
Yeah.
as well as kind of like how it would like hold up in court. Because although like I think it's a great, like, you know, great, I love my council member, I'm like all for this, but I think it is a little bit hard once you get like how city law goes against like federal law, right? So if it overpasses each other, yeah, I would just love to hear a little bit more information if you have some on that.
It's no secret. I mean, you've seen it on the news right now. A lot of our community members are under attack by the federal government. They're being pulled out of their homes, pulled out of their their jobs. And it's really, really sad. And it's unjust. And I think that the city council came together to say that you're not going to do that on city property. You're not going to use our city property for staging. You're not going to use any of our assets to do work that is questionably morally and also legally for them to do that. So what the city council said is here are some areas, and they try to be comprehensive, but it's not usually always comprehensive. Here are the areas where we're saying ICE can't do their work. The legal piece of it, I can't speak to. I'm not a lawyer, but everything has to go through appeals and this and that. I think first things first, you need a case. So I think it's up to the city of San Jose to, once the ICE violates this, then they would city would sue or bring some kind of charges, and then from there, you'll have to have the judiciary system figure out whether or not there is any legal basis for this. But I think the most important thing is that the city council stood together and said, we are not going to have ICE on city property with their Gestapo tactics going after our community, especially our Latino community here in San Jose. That's it's awful what's going on. So I think that's kind of the core of what they were trying to do with that.
Thank you, Anthony. Yeah, I think, being like from East San Jose, right? Like race, I think it's such an important issue. And I think, thank you for speaking more a little bit about it. But yeah, that's just it for my question. Thank you.
Hard to say how that's going to pan out until there's a violation and then the judiciary makes the sausage.
Yeah, if anything anything happens next time, please update us. We'd appreciate it. Because you definitely are a good speaker and your information is probably the most valuable stuff we get every month. So, all right. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you very much for coming. We really appreciate your time and all the information you shared. Have a good night.
Thank you, and apologize for being a couple minutes late. Was handling something with the council member. Take care, y'all.
No worries. Thank you. All right, moving on to item number 7, items for future commission meeting agendas.
You have to go back to the commissioner report for district.
Yes. I apologize. All right, still part of 6. We will now go through our commissioners' reports per district. We'll start with District 1. No, District 1. District 2.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I have a couple of updates regarding the community ad hoc. I've been meeting up with the District 2 office to talk a little bit about potential projects we could do with the Youth Commission, one of them being a community mural and a community event regarding painting electrical boxes. And I've been meeting with them pretty often. So if you're in the community ad hoc, please look out for a message regarding this joint meeting. It'll most likely be with the representative from PRNS and District 2 office, plus the Youth Commission side. In addition, my YAC has been working on the Culture Fest with District 1 and District 9, which will share the same location as District 7's Creative Futures Fair. And in addition to that, District 2 and District 7 have been working on a policy proposal for sex education resources in San Jose Public Library. And we've been researching regarding that. And we may reach out to an institute called the Red Poppy Institute, which is a youth-led nonprofit dedicated to addressing period poverty by ensuring access to period products and menstrual health education. Additionally, I will be attending the District 2 Neighborhood Leadership Council meetings as a youth representative. So I'm looking forward to doing that in the next couple of months. And we've been in talks with District 2's office regarding youth engagement opportunities, especially for my YAC and other youth in District 2. And finally, if you have any questions regarding Budget Summit data tagging, please don't hesitate to ask. It seems a little complicated, but it'll be fine once you get the hang of it. So yeah, that's all the update I have.
All right, thank you. District 3?
Small report. First off, Happy New Year's. Ready for a brand new year with you guys. And this month I was able to go with Emily to a Mohawk Maloney school, and we were trying to like advertise the youth commission, just being able to get some more youth to be part of what we're doing. We were able to advertise also the budget summit during that time. We had a District 3 neighborhood cleanup. That went really successful, and we saw Anthony Tordillos in the school. He's going to be showing up to, I think, next month's cleanup, and we're going to be doing that. It's going to be a short one, so yeah. Happy New Year, guys.
All right, District 4?
Awesome. So I've been up to a couple things. I've been working on a couple project proposals with my team. And I believe I just talked to Emily about this, but we might have or most likely we'll have an event this Saturday. So if you guys could go, it's online, so it's very convenient. You guys should definitely go. Councilmember Cohen will most likely be there, or he's going to be there. So guys should go. And I'm working on a couple other projects for environmental policies and immigration policies that I'll be communicating with Ruby also. And this is not really Yak related. This is more overall stuff that I think we should all be aware of. So if you guys didn't know, Eastside Union High School District has had funding cuts for many like important roles like teachers and counselors. And a couple of my Yak members and we went to the school board meeting to advocate to cut other parts of the school board system so that we don't get counselors cut off and laid off, because they are obviously the most important parts of our school. So if you guys are able to send emails to Eastside Union High School District management, because they're going to be finally voting on February 12th to decide whether they're going to lay off counselors or whether they're going to lay off management. So that's definitely something important, and I think everyone here should be a part of that. So if you can, email, and I can send you guys a template if you also want that. But yeah, other than that, I went to Yak Social. I believe it was last year. Actually, it was around December. It was a lot of fun. If you guys are gonna go to Yak Attack, I think we should all go together. It'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Thank you guys.
All right, District 5?
Buenas tardes. My report's pretty short. We had a Yak meeting not too long ago, and we were discussing like my members' like leadership positions. Apart from that, we have been just doing like community outreach. So again, Red Card. A couple of my Yak members have been doing like Red Card outreach, as well as we've been looking into doing like a Know Your Rights workshop with like the Santa Clara County Rapid Response Networks, and they're super helpful, like free, super good resources if you guys need. And I think just that we have like a couple projects in mind as well, but no policy proposals have been submitted yet. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I haven't put our next Yak meeting up, but once I finalize the date, I'll put it on the thing. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for me.
All right, thank you. District 8?
Yes, thank you and good evening. So I do know that up until now, our youth council has operated more or less autonomously, so I'll do my best to contextualize what we have done. We have stayed busy on the 22nd of December. We had an internal policy forum to advance proposal policies with the D8 office. 1 week later, on the 29th, the youth council committee supported a youth canvassing to help with the Youth Commission's priority surveys. So we contacted 35 businesses over 3 hours in person with a 74.2% acceptance rate. And we also contact and work with the Tolly Road Eastridge Business Association. We've also supported Welch Park food drives in collaboration with Second Harvest in December and January. And we are continuing efforts to expand our unhoused student services program to sites around the Eastside Union High School District. We've seen success at Evergreen Valley High School, where unhoused students now have access to washers and dryers free of charge. On the 6th of January, I had the pleasure of attending the Welch Park Neighborhood Association's meeting. They're undergoing a leadership change now due to new elections, and I will attend Brigadoons this Thursday in the Evergreen Leadership Neighborhood Associations in February, exactly a week from today. If any of you guys want to come, I'd love to go with you. We committed underwent an informal survey aided by the council committee to youth priorities. So our main issues in District 8 right now are ICE, hunger, and housing in that order. We had a previous scare at Silver Creek High School over an impending ICE raid. The Rapid Response Network did react and confirmed a hoax, though anxieties still linger, particularly they're felt most acutely in our Vietnamese and Chicano communities. We're not taking a line down though. In Overfelt High School, we are having a walkout protest this Wednesday and protest the ICE and the operations that I learned of today. And we are preparing to potentially canvass in support of the Rapid Response Network going on. Hunger and food instability does continue. Lines for food distribution have grown in many households, and particularly young individuals have had struggle accessing just food at reasonable prices. And housing remains a major issue, especially for those who are coming out of high school or out of college at working age, including some very close friends of mine who are struggling with housing instability.
All right, thank you very much. Down to the wire. Good job. All right, District 9.
So I don't really have much going on right now. I'm just trying to plan a yak meeting maybe this weekend or next weekend. And just a reminder to everyone on the immigration ad hoc to be responsive and look out for a text from me because I need to get a meeting ASAP. Yeah.
District 10.
Hello, good evening. I have a couple things. We're working on Youth Connect, which should be on the calendar. I'll double check if it's not. But it's basically a meeting or presentation by Councilmember Casey to a crowd of students at my Pioneer High School for political literacy and basically what he does. We're also working on tree planting, which we will get going. And I'm also talking to Akshata about AIM, and we'll start on that as well. And I've been talking to Commissioner Marvin McCrary of LEC for a food distribution event in March. We'll talk about that with him. And one of my YAC members also has developed an app for detecting crime before it happens and basically reporting it to this app. And it's especially geared towards for women. And we're gonna work with the police department once the app is finalized. And yeah, that's it for me.
All right, thank you. All right, for my district report, first of all, I've been keeping pretty busy with the education ad hoc as that is my main thing, obviously assigning groups and all. Secondly, for our next YAC meeting, we haven't been having many, but I'm hoping to plan one for either Wednesday, February 4th or Friday, February 6th. I've been working on a tree planting with District 10, trying to continue that Youth Commission tradition into this year. We have not decided if we will be doing it independently or joint with a council member's office. I'm looking forward to the recruitment season, and I've been looking at people who could maybe take my position next year, as I know that we do have applications open as of now, and they close in March. So the rest of the commissioners, please look out for that, see maybe some potential successors, and discuss it with your council members to make sure we have a solid cohort for next year. Finally, I want to reiterate the support for the immigration ad hoc. Please assist Ruby. Those of you who are in that ad hoc, please, please, please talk to her. I'd also like Micah, if you could talk to Ruby about the RRN canvassing and Dali as well, since I know you all are interested in the same things. Appreciate all your time, and I look forward to working with you guys for the budget summit and our February meeting. All right, moving on to item number 7. Do we have any items the commission wishes to add to future agendas? All right, that looks like a no. Moving on. Number 8, meeting schedule and agenda items. Our next Youth Commission meeting is on Monday, February 23rd, 2026, right here in the council chambers. I now motion to adjourn the meeting. Do we have any motions?
I, Commissioner Babu, motion to adjourn this meeting.
Do we have any seconds?
I, Commissioner Park, second this motion.
All right. Please vote on your screens. All right, this meeting is now adjourned at 7:15 p.m.